Hello everybody, I'm Alexy Krabrov, the founder and organizer of Scale.by.thebay, thoughtful independent software engineering conference in the Bay Area. This is the 7th year we do Scale.by.thebay. It's in beautiful Oakland this year on the shores of Lake Merritt. And here with us we have Salar Rahmanian, who is a co-organizer of multiple meetups with me and others by the Bay, and also a speaker at this upcoming conference. Welcome, Salar.
Thank you, Alexy. Thank you for welcoming me to the Bay Area.
So you're going to be a speaker at Scale.by.thebay. What topic are you going to be speaking about?
I'm going to be talking about Zio, which is an open source library that I've been contributing to in my spare time, which helps you develop applications that are concurrent in a more functional way. Mm-hmm. I've been working on making debugging and error management of those applications easier. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping to talk about how Zio can help deal with solve concurrency and parallel problems, and how easy it is to debug and handle errors that could generate.
That's really cool. I'm really looking forward to it because I see the project is broadly used, and one of the users is in Netflix. They are open source in Polynode notebook, which is a polyglot notebook, and that's using Zio. And the Scale.by.thebay is the first conference they selected for announcing it and talking about it after open sourcing, and because of the deep roots we have connecting with Netflix. And Netflix is one of the sponsors this year again.
That's awesome.
So what are you looking for at Scale.by.thebay?
What I'm looking forward to networking and learning a lot. And there's so many great speakers that I admire that are going to be at the event, that I'm just really excited to learn from them and to meet them in person. Mm-hmm.
Which of some of the speakers you're looking forward to hearing?
I am looking forward to Ivan Chan's talk to see what his opinion on Rust languages, as I know he's got a Scala background. Mm-hmm. So it'd be nice to see the comparison. I am looking forward to Joe Bida's keynote. I followed Kubernetes a lot. I used to use it. Mm-hmm. I haven't used it in the last year and a bit, so it'd be interesting to see get his insights on that. Mm-hmm. What about yourself?
I am torn because, I'm the organizer. I need to make sure lights are on and food is served and everything else, but I'm going to be circulating across all 3 tracks. We have 3 tracks, so I think the key problem is a challenge. You cannot be at 3 places at the same time. We have functional, reactive, and data tracks. But I am certainly looking for many talks who have great panels. Yeah. The panels is the part of the day where everybody is back together. So that everybody gets to see that in the keynote, right? So we start together with split in 3 tracks. We rejoin for the panel and then happy hour. The panels are serverless. What is serverless? Do we really need this? Is it a buzzword? Is it the future? And the last panel will be AI product, because everybody's talking about AI, but actually how do you build AI? How do people who build AI interact with DevOps people? There is a whole new area of ML ops, right? How you deploy models. This is actually what today's meetup is about, right? Because we are meeting at the machine learning deployment meetup before the conference, and so that's a very important engineering topic. And so I'm looking to these panels. We have really interesting talks. For instance, Tikhon Jelis from Target is going to talk about functional reactive programming, which is a very cool topic. I always wanted to learn more. And Target is now a powerhouse of functional programming. Who knew? Yeah, right? They deploy the infrastructure in Haskell, right? So every time you go to this, supermarket with a cute dog, imagine that Haskell is powering a lot of stuff behind the shelves. Yeah, it is impressive.
We would never have thought.
Right. And actually, we had Best Buy for a while. We have HomeAway, which is VRBO. So all these companies are picking thoughtful software engineering, functional programming, infrastructure as code practices, and microservices and data pipelines. So these are the core topics. So it's really spreading. I think we have broad representation.
Yeah. Last year, I must admit, I really enjoyed the panel discussions. So the lineup this year looks pretty good also.
Yes, I think.
Nice way to end the day.
Yeah, the panels are really great. And the serverless will be a debate, so I think it will be super exciting part of the day. I'm curious, like you're a co-organizer of multiple meetups, right? And you see a lot of folks in machine learning meetups and Elasticsearch and Scala. So how do you think, like, do you see these three tracks, right? Programming, microservices, data pipelines. Do you see like more full stack engineers? Do you see people doing all of this? Do you feel like people need to learn more about all these topics?
I think genuinely everyone is excited to learn about all these topics. Mm-hmm. But whether everyone has the time to learn everything is the problem.
Right. That's right. And here we come to the rescue.
Yeah. Just like one of my frustrations is that I can never ever keep up with how much I want to learn in a year.
Yes. And this is actually kind of one of my points for Scale.by.thebay. You can keep reading blogs and not knowing are they old or not. And you can basically do it whole year, or you can pack this whole year into days. This is what we think we are doing, right? Like we have 70 talks in 2 days, and everything will be recorded and posted on YouTube very quickly for free. You should be able to meet all the speakers. The conference is super speaker heavy. About 100 people there are speakers or panelists, and this is a heavy proportion of about 600-700 attendees, and so you get to meet everybody, you get to follow up, right? You get to ask them follow-up questions, you get to compare notes if you do that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, last year the quality was very impressive. The amount of things even after the conference, there was a lot of topics that I followed up on as a result of the learnings from the conference.
Yes. So which track will be your kind of most attended talk? Functional, data, or reactive?
I think probably functional with some reactive. Functional with some reactive. Probably to do with the fact that I'm trying to get better at functional myself.
Yes.
And but reactive is the domain that I enjoy working in the most.
Yes. Yeah, we have really lots of. So reactive is kind of a broad term we use for different things, because reactive systems come from reactive streams, and reactive approach is a formal architecture with back pressure, where producer and consumer basically have the back pressure channel, right, and communicate. And we actually have now Reactive Foundation, which is a newly formed Linux foundation, which includes Alibaba, Pivotal, Lightband, Facebook, which uses a lot of reactive programming now. Because Ben Christensen, the creator of RX Java, went from Netflix to Facebook. So really a lot of companies are implementing this reactive approach, and we have great talks about that, right? And so that's, I think that's also pretty exciting to me, that we have functional kind of married to data pipelines through this reactive paradigm.
Which of the newer speakers are you most excited about listening to? So
there is a whole area which we are adding. It's a whole new programming language. We have Swift for TensorFlow, right? So that, I think, is very cool, because the creator of Swift, Chris Leitner, went from Apple to Google Brain, and so he leads Swift to TensorFlow project. And one of our core members and previously speakers from Scala, Eugene Burmako, who led the Scala language team at Twitter, now leads machine learning infrastructure team at TensorFlow. And so we have from them a Paige, who is the PM, Paige Bailey for Swift of TensorFlow, speaking about that project, which is super exciting to us, and we really want to do more with Swift in the coming months and years.
Is Eugene Burmako himself attending this year?
Eugene is not speaking, but he spoke at the meetup about MLIR, machine learning intermediate representation, which is super exciting to me, because we kind of bring compiler techniques to bear on machine learning. And that project, the same day we had the meetup in September, it was donated by Google to LLVM Foundation, announced in the tweet by Sundar Pichai, timed just before our meetup. And so we are really excited making inroads. Also, Swift got such folks as Norman Morer, who is at Apple, the creator of Netty, and there is Swift and Nio, very similar as a foundation. There is Swift Runtime, And Konrad Malowski, who worked on Eka, now is at Apple doing Swift reactive streams. So the same techniques which we really pioneered in our conferences and spread the word about, popularized, are now being applied across multiple platforms.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see that.
Yeah, and so I think all the skills which we're going to learn, they're very highly portable. They really are not tied to individual program languages. That's why we like to call it thoughtful software engineering. Once you understand how this works, you can apply it in different platforms.
Absolutely. Talking of the new speakers that are coming, some of the more seasoned speakers that have been in past events that I'm looking forward to is Rob Norris and John Pretty.
Yes.
Those two are always very good, enjoyable talks.
Yes, that's something I think we're famous for. We have like this really cool folks who are very humble, you know, like they are celebrities in a way which is not celebrities at all. They are known for being humble and self-effacing, well, be technically excellent. But for some reason, their talks are packed, right? And Rob really kind of boils down very complex things into very kind of simple findings, and his software is excellent. Doobie and others, like this year we have a joint talk from him, and we have John Pretty is always amazing, and so he's coming from afar. He now lives in Krakow, Poland. So we are always looking forward to his talk.
He leads a well-traveled life.
Yes, and he's a great also educator.
Yeah, very.
And obviously we have folks like Bill Wenners, who is a co-author of the Scala book, and also well-known educator and open source contributor, and he is also going to talk about really fundamental questions.
So when is Scale.by.the-bay?
So it is literally next week. It is November 13 to 15. 13 is our bespoke serverless workshop. The whole day workshop we should produce ourselves, and it's end-to-end. It's with Google and with lots of folks really famous in serverless. You're going to learn everything about serverless. You're going to home with a serverless backend in your pocket. And the 14th and 15th is the conference itself, just 2 days. So you still can register. We have late bird tickets available. It's Scale.bythebay.io. And if you're a meetup member, there are codes you can use for a discount. So make sure you reserve your seat today while supply lasts. And we'll see you by the bay next week.